Hi, this is Will Murray. You've completed your 2-week mental conditioning session, and we wanted to just go over what you were able to get done. We made a promise in the beginning. You know, we'd seen lots of sports psychology stuff out there telling you what you ought to do, but not how to do it. We wanted to bring you specific techniques that you could use to actually do better with your racing and training, have more enjoyment, and better results. You know, your brain, your head is about 9% of your body weight. Your brain uses about 30% of your available glucose, so you might as well use it for something more than just to hang your helmet and put your sunglasses on. That's what we're trying to do with this session. What you learn and what you did is you learn how to rehearse your workouts and your race mentally in your mind, so that you have those things going forward. There's a little spot in your brain right here that can't tell the difference between what you already did and what you thought you did. We're using that to an advantage to put that in place in your head, so that when you basically install memories that haven't happened yet. So you have a really good workout by imagining the workout you want to have in perfect order, and then that workout is more likely to happen. It's the same with the race, and so we gave you that rehearsing. We gave you visualization, which lots of people talk about, but we gave it to you in such a way that you really amped it up by making your visual images giant screen, full color, bright color, and really associates, so you're seeing it through your own eyes, and so that you have the visualization and having it go perfectly exactly as you want to go. Some people visualize catastrophes. That's not what you want. You want to visualize having this thing going perfectly. So we gave you that too, and I hope you worked on that. There are 3 major modalities of thought. There, what you see, images, visualization. There's auditory, what you hear, and kinesthetic, what you feel in terms of physical sensations and emotions, and the submodalities of those, the finer points of those, like in visualization, color, black and white, movie or still, far away or close up, size of the image. We gave you those kind of things so that you know how to specifically fine-tune for your own self those submodalities that work best for you. We have a worksheet on that. You work through that, and now you know what your code is for how things go really well when you want to visualize and imagine these things going forward. That perfect customization and personalization to you. Everybody's a little different. Now you have the keys to the car on that one. We also talked a little bit about sleep and how to get great sleep. And people talk a lot about recovery, and there's compression and all kinds of things like that, and recovery drinks, but sleep is the best recovery you can get. So we gave you 2 specific techniques for how to get back to sleep if you're having trouble once you wake up in the middle of the night and get back to sleep. These are great things to do the night before your race. And so that butterfly pattern that you brought there, and also that replay to sleep where you back up from the time you woke up, make the movie in reverse to the time you were asleep, and those just basically knock you out. So those are great things to have. We also did a little bit with your self-talk and inner chatter. A lot of athletes have issues with voices that come into their head saying they can't do this, or they don't belong here, or you're terrible at this, or why are we doing this, or let's quit, or something like that. We gave you lots and lots of different things that you can do with that inner chatter, that self-talk, to have it come on your side and be part of your team instead of pulling the rope in the wrong direction. Things like altering the submodalities, make the voice far away, and that makes it dim. Send it over to a different spot. Slow it down, speed it up. The tell the truth pattern, which is basically sometimes your voice will tell you something that's not true, and you say, okay, that's obviously not true. What are you looking for? And that leads to negotiate with the voice pattern about what do you really want, and how can we get that together, those kinds of things. We had you turn voices into words that you see in your mind's eye, and then have them turn to sand and disappear. And the really fun one is that 5-second pause, where you say the phrase in your head, you say it out loud, but with a 5-second pause between each word, and then 10 seconds between the last one. And those tend to really diffuse the unhelpfulness of those voices and turn them into something that you can work with that will help you in what you're trying to do, because the presupposition behind all this, or beneath this, is that all these voices have something positive they want for you. The packaging might be horrible, or they can't find a way to get at it, but they're trying to do something useful. So instead of just dismissing or fighting against them, which some people recommend, we say get them on your side and help and train them in what you're trying to do, and bring them together for that. So those are some of the things that you practice, and I hope you found some of those things that were particularly useful. At this time, it'd be great to write down those things that you think are really great to do, and then when you get your training plan for the week, write down on your training plan which of these mental techniques you're going to use in which of your training bouts. You should always rehearse every workout ahead of time using the pattern that you've learned in this. That's just a standard, and there's no reason not to do that every time you have a workout. By now you should be able to do it in such a fast time as you're lacing up your shoes or swishing your goggles or putting your helmet on, something like that. And the next two series we have coming up, one is really about how to recover. You know, nobody gets more fit while they're training. They only get fit while they're recovering from their training bouts. And so there's recovery from training. There's also recovery from races, and there's recovery from adversity. You might get a little bit sick. You might have a little bit of an injury. You might have a race that wasn't up to the standard that you were looking for, and so forth. So we're going to put together a whole module about recoveries, because it's just such an important thing about bouncing back and coming back stronger and fitter, both mentally and physically going forward. And then the final series we're going to put together, a week-long series on how to race. And that's how to bring your best to the race, the days before the race, how to get ready in the night before and the morning of, and then how to race through and have the race that you deserve you have based on the fitness if you got. And then what to do after the race, about how to pick that up together and figure out what you want to do with that going forward in your endurance career. So that's what we have coming up in the next 3 series that we'll be building over the next couple days. And if you enjoyed this, and there's parts of it that you found useful, let us know about that, because we're still trying to get feedback about how to make this as useful as possible. And also tell your friends about it. If there's anything about you think could be improved, or things that didn't work quite right, let us know, because we can always fine-tune this, and this is a real interactive process that we're trying to put together. So you can always contact us about your experience with this and what might go better, and what you found about it, and tell us about the things that work too, so that we can add more of that. I hope this was a worthwhile session for you, and look forward to the next couple. Thanks very much. Bye.